Chinese company, excuse me, and it's actually Hong Kong, bought Tutor.com, which is an online service, right? It prepares you for college, all those other things. It's a U.S.
Okay.
company that was just bought, right, by a company in Hong Kong called Primavera Corp, right? It makes it sound like it's an Italian meal. And who signs up for Tutor.com? Mostly the U.S. military people. I mean, do they not see what's going on here?
Wait, what? What is the what?
The point is that China's at war with us. I mean, we were making fun of we segued from obviously Jane Fonda and white men, yellow men, and China's the biggest polluter to a serious comment about China being at war with the United States, and it's a multifaceted war. And we're asleep at the switch. At least the Biden administration is. You got to give Trump credit. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I'm on a roll today. I'm on a roll today.
I am. I gotta back up because
Are you holding your head?
So Tutor.com is a website that the U.S. military uses for some kind of training purpose.
Educational training you can look it up. It's there for anybody to see. They were bought by a Hong Kong company. Yeah. Okay. And nobody gives a Oops.
I don't understand.
Sorry. Ben,
we're going to have to bleep that.
You're going to have to bleep that. Oops. Sorry.
Mark that in the editing notes.
Sorry. It's one of those days and I'm on a roll. And
Robert, I'm sorry. So basically now a Hong Kong
company,
a company owned in Hong Kong,
right,
now has the login credentials.
You got it.
And the ability to track the trainings of U.S. military personnel. That's what I just heard you say.
Correct. So here you go. Princeton Review and Tutor.com are now owned by a Chinese company. Primavera Capital Group, based in Hong Kong, quietly purchased a well-known brand, which, by the way, was previously owned by a Korean company. I know we're not at war with Korea, and Korea is not at war with us, but it is a test prep company, an online tutoring platform. And Tutor.com has a long-standing contract to provide services free to active duty reserve and other U.S. military service members, Defense Department personnel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
How do we not have? Okay. I can't.
All right.
I can't even.
I'm sorry.
I can't even stay seated, Robert. I can't.
Okay. But here's the point. Here's the real point. Is that when you look at the multifaceted war, right? China funds the Confucius Institutes in this country, right? In 20 or 30 schools, right? China bought Smithfield Foods. They're the largest pork producer in the world. China's buying up land where it's allowed. China is.
We're finding that they're working spies. Chinese spies are working for legislators.
Is that
Congress people? Dianne Feinstein and
Eric Swalwell, who did Bang Bang with Fang Fang. I got all that right.
And so, how is it that we are allowing that? Look, I am a free market capitalist. Okay, I am a free market capitalist. However, when we start having conversations where it's obvious that our freedoms, our Constitution, and our country are at risk because we're selling it off piece by piece to the likes of the CCP.
Well, I don't know that we are not selling it off because I don't know that I got any money from this or you got any money from this. But they are buying influence both domestically and internationally to compete with America's position in the world. And I don't know if you remember, in one of our earliest episodes, I referenced a book that I have read that everyone needs to read. And I now happen to have the book with me. It is called, I don't know if you can see that. Thank you very much. It's called America Against America. Now, this was a Chinese professor, and his name is Wang Huning. In 1988, writes this book. It is an in-depth college analysis, and it's a political theory book, and he's analyzing America's culture and America's weaknesses. And one of the conclusions that he draws, and by the way, it's not necessarily Mein Kampf, but this
Right.
is what they're using to fight America, because this analysis is spot on. Let me just read you one section of this, because this will go back to our prior guest, Dr. Bruce Abramson, last
Yeah.
week.
Yep.
Spiritual crisis in America, right? And here's what they say. Today's university education no longer enables its subjects to grasp the traditional values that founded Western society. The development of the university in modern times is increasingly moving towards a kind of cultural relativism in America and spiritual openness. Implicit in this cultural relativism is the logic that there are no absolute values in the world and that everything is acceptable or unacceptable. Cultural relativism succeeded, new set of lips, ladies and gentlemen, succeeded in destroying the idea of Western centrism, but at the same time weakened the status of Western culture dominated by this spirit. University educations resulted in young people with no concept of the past and no view of the future. America against America, right?
That was written in 88.
1988. It goes through the Bush years, goes through the Bush-Dukakis race. But this is what I'm talking about. No one does this research, right? And look, the problem is when you show up to a gunfight and you bring a knife, you're outmanned and you're outgunned. We as a country need to understand. And look, this is one thing that Donald Trump got right. He got a lot of things right, but he got this one right for sure. China is public enemy number one. And it doesn't mean you can ignore China. It doesn't mean that we can't do business with China. This is still real politic, capital R, small k. An enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So they're at war with us. We're just not at war with them. And